I made a video back in the Advent of Video series called On This Day in History. It was a video where I took a look at some of the historic events that happened on that day, December 18th, and talked about them in a video. I knew the video was going to run too long before I started shooting it, so I cut one of the stories from that video and decided to dedicate an entire video to just that story. This is that story. So, December 18th, 1961, the Tokenz earn a #1 hit with their song The Lion Sleeps Tonight, and went on to be one of the most successful pop songs of all time. Yet its true originator only saw a tiny fraction of the song's enormous profits. Now, if you don't want your feelings of this song to be depressingly tainted by the story of the origins of the song, I recommend skipping forward to this part of the video. So, to those of you who are still here, let's begin. The story begins in Johannesburg, South Africa, 1938. A group of Zulu singers called Solomon Linda and the Evening Birds step into the first recording studio ever set up in sub-Saharan Africa. And it helped create Solomon Linda into a South African star. And the story might have ended there. However, a copy of the record managed to make its way to New York City in the early 1950s, where it was found in a pile by legendary folklorist Alan Lomax. Without actually hearing any of the records in the box from Africa, Lomax thought his friend Pete Seeger, a famous folk singer at the time, would be interested in them. Unable to understand the lyrics, Singer transcribed the central chant of the song as Wimbowe, and that became the name of the song, recorded and released by the Weavers in early 1952. And it sounded like this.
Hey up, oh, Wimbowe, oh, Wimbowe, oh, Wimbowe.
However, this was just as the group was about to be blacklisted due to the McCarthy hearings. That is a topic for a whole other video, but definitely take a look at McCarthyism in America in the 1950s. Very interesting part of history. Eventually, Jay Siegel, the teenage lead singer of the Tokenz, would listen to and fall in love with Wimbowe. The Tokenz label commissioned English language lyrics for the... I just bit my tongue saying that, la la la. The Tokenz label commissioned English language lyrics for the song, and it was retitled The Lion Sleeps Tonight. Yeah, in the year 2000, a South African journalist looked into the roots and origins of the song. The journalist ended up exposing the series of business arrangements that helped make millions for a handful of high-ranking US music publishers, while yielding only a $1,000 check from Pete Seeger to Solomon Linda during his lifetime. Because Solomon's composition was treated as public domain folk material by the people in the US, Solomon never participated in the royalty streams generated by either Wimbowe or The Lion Sleeps Tonight. And prior to reaching an undisclosed settlement in 2006, Solomon Linda's heirs only received a tiny fraction of the millions of dollars the song created. Yep, that's the story. It's pretty disheartening, isn't it? Oh, sorry. Let me do a quick intro for the people who skipped to this part of the video. Welcome back. I hope that you can continue to listen to this song without the emotional burden that the rest of us will carry with us every time we hear it. To all of you that watched, thank you very much for watching. I hope you at least enjoyed the video or learned something from it. The only thing I can perhaps recommend is go back and listen to the original song by Solomon Linda. It's quite catchy, it's really an awesome tune. I'd highly recommend checking it out. For those of you who didn't watch the whole video, that probably makes no sense to any of you. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.